So today I'm going to be playing a game called Star Wars Obi-Wan, which is a little remembered game from 2001. It was exclusive to the original Xbox. I feel like most people probably aren't familiar with this game, so I'll give it just a quick intro. It doesn't really have anything to do with the movie, The Phantom Menace. It just kind of takes place both a little bit before and then during the movie. So a lot of this is going to be completely new to people who haven't played the game. So it's a little bit goofy because of that, because the story that they came up with is for the first half of the game is kind of funny. Because it's a 2001 game, it's also got some special 2001 sauce on it. So, like, for example, there is no dedicated camera control, because that was back before they decided that that was how to do that. So the right thumbstick is actually how you swing the lightsaber in this game. I always really liked that as a kid. I thought it was very intuitive and very fun. Obviously it's a very alien controller layout now. But anyway, so I played the crap out of this game as a kid. I really, really liked it. Because of that, I was talked into dusting off this game, which I'd not played for the better part of a decade. Dusting it off about a month ago to submit for this, and now here we are. So the other thing I'd like to say is that not a whole lot of people speedrun this game. I think there's only 4 people that have made submissions on speedrun.com, and the world record was set a decade ago. And it's 1 hour and 14 minutes and change. So I will not be touching that. My personal best is 1 hour 17 minutes. So hopefully if today goes well, we'll get pretty close at least. But it should be fun regardless. This isn't about breaking records, it's just about having fun. So let me, I guess, just give a quick layout of the rules for this. So I have to start on a new save file, which you see I'm on this here, and the timer will start when I hit the proceed button on this screen, which I'll get the countdown for that. And then the timer will end the moment I defeat the last boss at the end of the game. In addition, I should warn that there's a possibility that the game may freeze or crash. I've never had that happen to me in all the time I spent playing the game, so hopefully I'm not inviting anything into the universe by saying that. But if it does, basically the rules are category rules. I can stop the timer, and we can figure things out and basically reload the level, and I can get back to where I was when the game froze, and then we can start the timer again and can play as normal. The other thing I should say is that there's a really weird glitch where you can just die for no reason. You can just be instantly killed randomly. So hopefully it doesn't happen. It actually happened to me on the recording that I submitted for this event. So I have video evidence of it, so it is real. But if it does happen, just kind of an is what it is type moment, just have to eat the lost time, whatever. I'm not too concerned about that. But hopefully it doesn't happen, but if it does, hopefully it's at least funny. With that, Twan, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I'm here for the show, Mr. Speedrunner.
Alrighty, okay. Well, I am good to go, and this run's going to take probably about 1 hour and 20-ish minutes, so there's going to be plenty of time for yapping and whatnot, so don't want to take too much time in the intro here. Okay, so I'm going to be ready. I'm ready to go here, so I'll give a countdown here. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
The first of many load screens you're going to see in this game.
I'm a known Star Wars enjoyer, so I'm sure I'm going to have a lot to say during this run. He watched his first Star Wars movie like a week ago. And it was because he got this in. I was like, if you get Obi-Wan in, I'll start watching the Star Wars movies with you.
Okay. All right. I may be about to make a fool of myself in 10 seconds here. Okay.
Nice.
It's right at the beginning, so it's always freaks me out. Okay, good. Okay, so that was the first time you're going to see me do. It may not look that weird, but it's kind of an unusually long force jump where you can launch yourself horizontally farther forward than you're intended to. So you can jump over certain gaps that you're not expected to be able to jump over. You're going to see me do that a few times in the game. I don't know that it has a name in the speedrun community, so I'm just going to call it the Force Yeet. Basically, just clear this debris out here and kill this guy with the health bar. Come on. Okay, that's the end of that level.
It's nice and clean.
Yeah, that's one of the fastest ones in the run.
Yeah, as he was saying in the intro, this game definitely has like some nice 2001 licensed video game. I don't know if jank's the right word to use.
I think he's right.
I'm someone that's dabbled in the Blade 2 speedrun, and I see a lot of parallels between the two games. So I'm an enjoyer of this kind of stuff.
So get ready to see this room a bunch. It's called the Saber Arena. There's going to be a lot of boss fights in here, which will all hopefully go like that. You can ignore this bonus mission thing, because this is an any % run. We're not doing any of these bonus missions that are being unlocked. So.
Did you mention the jump attack?
Oh, yes. So that's the most powerful attack in the game. It does 3 times the amount of damage as a normal lightsaber swing, so you're going to see me use it a lot on certain types of enemies. So just the lore for this, I guess, is that we were fighting some gangsters, or rather running by gangsters in the previous level, and they're called the Black Heth, and now they've taken some informant hostage. So we're trying to descend a skyscraper to rescue the informant. And if any of the droids in this level set off an alarm, then the informant gets executed and you fail the level. So you're going to see me. Defend yourself! I love voice lines in this game, man.
High-level sound design.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, second alarm robot defeated. Get that Jedi! Okay. That's the last one of those we have to deal with. I am jumping everywhere because it's a little bit faster than running. Oh, these guys are gonna... All right, I was worried about that. That's all right. Okay. All good. Okay. And now, instead of running around and taking another elevator ride, we're gonna dip out here and scoot around here. Boom. Okay. Another elevator ride. We're about to hit a load screen here. It's not the end of the level. Okay. Still have a little bit more to go. Yeah, each one of these load screens is like 20 to 25 seconds, and there's so many of them in the run. It takes up so much time. Mohuska. He said it. Mohuska.
Back off. I'm warning you.
Okay, let's see if we get the ledge grab skip here. Nope, okay. It's kind of random, feels like. Okay, so just have to drop down here and kill all the enemies in this room, and then that'll end the level.
Defend yourself.
Where's it at?
Okay, there
we go.
That was felt like Thor there waiting on Mjolnir. Okay, there we go. That's it.
Excellent.
Then...
Yeah, I'm just sitting here in anticipation for what bizarre little glitchy thing's going to happen, and we're getting a little taste here and there.
Yeah, there's definitely had some weird stuff happen to me running this game.
It's the beauty of quote-unquote retro games.
Yeah, so the first part of this level involves fighting off 3 waves of enemies that are delivered to us on a silver platter in the form of floating platforms like that one. And the time between the platforms is actually fixed, so you can't really speed up this first part, unfortunately. So all you can really do is just kill the enemies as fast as you can. but it doesn't really change how fast the platforms come. But once the last enemy is defeated, that will trigger the next half of this level. The bridge will extend and we can reach the other platform. I have tried to force yeet across that gap. It does not work.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because I know during the recording, David had thought about that, and
Yeah.
I was going to ask if you tested that.
Yeah, it's not even close. It's way too far. There we go. Okay, so that was the second one of the 3. And the last one is going to be up here. See if I can get them all in one go. The jumping is unnecessary, but fun. Ah, 3 of them. Okay. There we go. Okay, that was good. Yes.
Who doesn't love to jump up and backwards while waiting for the Marta?
Of course. Okay, new enemies, completely original to this game, called the Jinha. So we don't care about any of them. We're just going to go up and kill this specific guy with a special force attack that you need full health, full force meter for. That'll end the level. Boom. You'll see me do that special attack a few times. It requires good force management because you need a full meter to do it.
They can't stop the leg sweep.
Can't stop the leg sweep. It's like the Huska. No Huska. Boom. Like subconsciously spamming the A button during these.
Oh, that's just a speedrunner classic.
Oh, okay. That's bad RNG to get the force push there. Behavior is kind of random, but he was pulling out some acrobatics there for a moment. Okay. Another bonus mission we don't care about. Okay, so now we're back to dealing with these Jinha guys. We'll have Qui-Gon with us this time, and by with us I mean he'll be in the distance behind us, shouting at us to wait up for him. But we will ignore his pleas. This is one of 2 big levels where you just kind of run past everything. Big outdoor levels. So we're not going to fight anything. Don't have anything to trigger. Just jump by everything basically as fast as you can. I always like these guys' voice lines too. You'll never leave here, Jedi.
Watch out for snipers.
So moments like this are more chill parts of the run. Not too terribly much going on here.
One thing I'll say from watching some of his playthroughs preparing for this is that I'm not terribly surprised that this is a game that's locked on the Xbox. I imagine that this would be a pretty difficult game to develop for the weaker PS2. You'll see like a lot of unique, interesting environments, lots of enemies on screen, just things that the Xbox can, I would imagine, can be more easily developed for compared to the PS2, which had a bit more technical limitations. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of really big levels, like really big environments that are filled with a lot of enemies that you don't need to kill. So that takes up a lot of power, processing power, I guess.
Which is cool, but for a speedrunner, not great, especially if there's not like a port. If it's just staying locked on the Xbox, then that's kind of how you end up with a 10-year-old world record and not too huge of a speedrun community, because
yeah,
I don't know how active like exclusive Xbox games are. I imagine not terribly, especially if it's not backwards compatible. Like a lot of, it's kind of wishy-washy on original Xbox compatibility. But
yeah, okay, that's the end of the level there. You're not going to see it, but that was the wreckage of a crashed ship with a couple Jedi on it. So Qui-Gon's going to go look for them to see what happened to them, and we are going to investigate this facility that these Jinha are in. I guess maybe the one aspect of this lore here that isn't specific to this game is this material cortosis, which is a lightsaber-proof material, for those who care about the lore. So that's what all their armor and weapons are made out of, and it's why they are, I guess, dangerous. So once again, we're going to try and run past everything, but now it's going to be much more difficult because it's really claustrophobic. There's going to be guys shooting at us and staggering us with blaster shots, and also enemies getting up in our business. Oop, missed the disarm there. So you're going to see me like use a force disarm on a lot of these gun guys so that they don't slow me down too much with their blaster shots. But just kind of, okay. Okay, fall to our death here. Nope, just kidding. And hopefully don't fall to my death here. Okay, it lined it up right. Okay. Drop down very daintily. Whoop. Okay. Grab that. Take that guy's gun away. Okay. Continuing to jump here. Very weak.
I like how that made us both laugh. I'm going to break you in half, Jedi.
Oh my gosh. Excuse me. This gives off big like Skyrim NPC energy to me.
Yeah.
Another force yeet there. Dokie.
Is this currently upscaled?
Oh, I don't know. I just plugged this thing in.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this looks the same, I guess, as I remember it, but that doesn't mean it's not.
Well, yeah, that's the
modified,
whole
so-
like nostalgia. Wow, this game looks so good, and then you plug in like your PS1 game, and it's like, maybe not.
Okay, you're gonna see me do what's called a back jump boost here. It's basically just a special jump. Oh wow, first try. Okay.
Nice.
That can be really finicky. There's a much more difficult version of it later in the game that I practiced the trick quite a lot, and unfortunately I won't be able to do it. It is very, very finicky. It is much more difficult than that one. I know I made that one look very easy, but it is not. Okay, with those two guys dead, the level ends. We're good.
Excellent.
The only reason you do that skip there, the back jump boost there, is for enemy management, so that all those enemies in the room that we don't need to kill don't get mixed in with the two enemies that we did need to kill at the end there. That's the main reason you do that. So now this level, as the name suggests, Escape, is going to be the level we just did in reverse. There's going to be a big fight at the end of the level where we have to kill a bunch of enemies, and there's going to be a bunch of additional enemies that are going to be thrown in because of having to run by everything, and the frame rate's going to drop massively, and it's going to be very annoying. Whoops. Okay. Do that again. Back jump boost again. Oh boy. Man. There we go.
There it is.
There we go. Yeah, I wish I understood how that worked. But even the guy who came up with it, his description of it is like, yeah, you just back yourself up into a corner and then just press the jump button repeatedly until it works. It's like,
It just kind of works.
yeah. You can see how finicky that trick can be, and so a much more difficult version of it is not something I'm currently able to do. Classic skill issue.
If you average out the first try with all of that, that's pretty good.
What the?
Between the two tricks that you've
Yeah,
done so
yeah.
far.
Okay. Another force yeet.
That's such a convenient move for this game.
It really is. It really is. It's good for dodging explosive projectiles,
Oh, I
too.
imagine.
Not wise. Okay. That guy had a bazooka, or whatever you call it in Star Wars lore, so I took that away from him. Okay. So now we have to ride an elevator up. Hopefully it does not descend on any of their pretty little heads because they'll send it back up, which would suck. Wait a second, then get on it. Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, he tried to kick me. They don't bust out that move a lot. Okay. So some of these guys are going to follow us to the end, and how much follow us and exactly how much trouble they cause is, we'll see. So that was a nice little invulnerability ellipse. We love our invulnerability ellipses. Oh, missed. Okay, whatever. Yeah. So now a big team fight out here with Qui-Gon and some other Jedi. Yep. Okay. Yeah. That always happens. Take away this guy's gun here. Yeah. So as I mentioned, this is basically just kill everything as quickly as possible, while the frame rate is dropping and you're taking a bunch of damage that you should be able to avoid, but. Good grief. Okay. Wow. Okay. These guys came out. That's good. Okay. All right. Let me try to. Jeez. Jeez. Yes, I do need some help. Oh, okay. We got all of them. Okay. Jeez. I feel like every time I do that, that takes like 45 seconds longer than it should.
Did anyone seeing me on camera saw me shift over to the left a little bit because I was like, I want to see what this health bar looks like
Yeah.
because it was over your shoulder.
Yeah. I mean, it just happens, you know.
That was a good way to, stave it off and make it to the end, though. Whatever it takes to keep the run going.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully, dying is not even really the worst thing that can happen to you. There's some RNG stuff that can happen that's much more negative than dying. So we're not afraid of death here. It's everyone's favorite Jedi, Plo Koon. All my homies love Plo Koon. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, what I was gonna say with that previous fight was that's the instance that I think of the most when I think of this is probably why it's not on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
If it's chugging on the Xbox, then the PS2 is definitely gonna have a hard time
Yeah.
doing something like that big team fight.
They didn't anticipate you run by everything, so. Okay, so I hope you weren't getting too emotionally invested in all that stuff because we are not doing that anymore. We are now finding ourselves suddenly playing the beginning of the movie, The Phantom Menace, when they're on the ship and the negotiations and the dioxis gas and all that stuff. So, this is the longest level in the speed run. Okay. And is very maze-like. Right. Pre-killed them. Okay, so this level is basically an escort level because we need Qui-Gon to get to a certain spot at the end of the level to trigger a scripted event. So there's kind of an upper limit in terms of how fast you can actually do this level because of that, because you're dependent on the pathing of his AI, basically. So that turret above our heads is going to shoot us if we try and cross. So we're going to go destroy a console that will deactivate the turret. Now the thing is I discovered you can actually cross the hangar without being killed by the turret, though it is very, very hard. But the issue is there's a door on the other side that's still locked. So that door stays locked until you destroy the console we need to destroy. So technically, we're not destroying the console to deactivate the turret. We're technically destroying the console to deactivate the door. Heck is my... Okay. It's... So even Qui-Gon knows we're doing a speed run. Yeah, we're just gonna leave him in the dust like we have before, and just proceed to get lost in the maze of all these hallways that look exactly the same. Wherever the droids are coming from, you don't want to go that way. That's how I remember. Okie-dokie, then right here. Okay. Some silliness there. Probably loading in these guys.
It's so disrespectful for him to yell defend yourself and just cut them all down in like half a second. Gives like stop hitting yourself energy.
So we're going to have to run back all the way through these hallways because remember we have to backtrack to that hangar once we've deactivated the turret. So anybody we don't kill, Qui-Gon is probably not going to kill because he sucks. So we'll have to kill them anyway. Okay. Okay. Oh. What a sniper, man. Okay.
I like when you're just cutting everything down while Qui-Gon is just very casually, monotonely talking to you.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh man. Ugh, got turned around. Well then. Turn around again. Wonderful. Okay.
This was us in the parking deck yesterday trying to figure out how to get out.
See, look at all these guys that Qui-Gon didn't kill for us. I went the wrong way. Ugh. I'm grabbing all this health because this is a level that makes me nervous about health. Is my okay? There we go. Oh goodness. Okay. Surround the Jedi. That works pretty well. Surrounding me works pretty well. Does a lot of damage. Man, Qui-Gon's stinking useless, man. He didn't kill, like, anybody. Sometimes you get lucky and some of these guys get cleared out a little bit, but... Okay, we're almost back to the hangar. I'm actually going to grab that health over there as well. So now we can safely cross now. For the second part of this level, we're going to be much more careful about getting far ahead of Qui-Gon, because there's a certain point near the end of the level where he will just yeet himself off of a bridge and die if you if you get too far ahead. So we definitely don't want that to happen. So you're going to see me at a certain point, like, turn around and try and check on him, basically, and then kind of stick close to him for the rest of the level. Yeah, so mid-level load screen there. Got load screens in between load screens. Okay. Again, this situation would be faster if you could run past everybody and not be hit, but I'm not very good at not being hit, so I sometimes decide to just kill certain enemies if it means not dying, you know?
The do what you're told got me, man. Do what you're told.
Do what you're told. The one that always gets me is when they say, "My joints ache."
I feel that, man.
Okay. Bum, ba, bum. Take a left here. Okay. If I was doing worse on health, that would be okay because we're about to get a full health anyway. That giant green, delicious-looking orb up there. Boop.
That's cool effects there for a game that old.
Yeah,
So-
good explosion. Obviously, you don't want to let those guys touch you. I made a damaging sound effect, but didn't actually take damage. That was funny. Ooh. Okay. In the movie, they say they went up the ventilation shaft. We're about to do that. So, accurate to the lore of the movie. Okay, so you're going to see me roll here instead of jump because the ceiling's low enough that you bonk your head. And I don't actually know if just rolling. Oh, maybe I said run. I don't know if rolling is faster than running, but it feels faster, you know. And it's more fun. Okay. Oh, goodness, okay.
Dave, I may have to leave you for like 1 minute. The combination of stay hydrated plus energy drink plus coffee is doing damage to me.
That's
right
fine.
now, so-
That's fine. Go ahead. It's all good. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Channeling our inner tumbleweed. Okay. We're almost done. We're nearly done. We have not heard from Qui-Gon in a hot minute, so I'm about to get concerned about that here. Because the bridge that I was talking about is coming up, so basically going to try and proceed a little bit. The other thing that can happen to him is his pathing can actually cause him to get hung up on this geometry along the wall here, which you don't want that either, because if you get stuck, that slows you down a lot.
Hey, I figured I'd come chill since I'm indiscernible visually from the previous owner of this headset.
Yeah, everybody's welcome.
How's the run going?
It's going pretty okay. I'm used to keeping track of like splits and whatnot, so I don't actually.
It's kind of freeing to not know how you are compared to PB.
I guess that's true in a way. I'm untethered, you know. I'm feeling the force flowing through me, you know. Okay. Hopefully, Mr. Qui-Gon. There he is. Look at him waddling up. Okie dokie. So he did not get stuck in that first hallway. That's good. There's a second hallway here that he can get stuck on as well. Interestingly enough, that actually happened in the world record run. So even the world record run, there was some time that could be gained. But that's just 2001 AI for you, you know. We're nearly done.
Oh my god. It appears my doppelganger's returned, so I will leave you. Good luck with the rest of your run.
Oh, thank you.
I figured no one would notice.
Okay, yeah, so we need Qui-Gon to reach this door over here. Oh, what the? Okay.
Hello, David. It's me. I never left.
Oh, hello. Yeah, so we're going to defend... Sorry, we're going to defend... we're going to defend Qui-Gon against waves of enemies here.
You doing all right?
It appears to be random. No, it was just funny, like me just ignoring what you said.
Oh, well, that's just we work together. Some inside behind the scenes there. So him ignoring me is common.
Okay, so the direction that these droids come from is actually random, which I think is really interesting. You'd think there'd be like a fixed pattern, but there isn't. Every time I do it, they come from different directions. Right now, they seem to be favoring the middle hallway. Yeah. Man. Okay. Okay. Yes, this is one of the few times where there's actually a scene from the movie that's being portrayed in the game. Okay. Should be nearly done here. Okay, gonna grab this for good luck. I actually really like the parry mechanic in this game, where you can like deflect blaster bolts manually, and you can also you're not really ever going to see me do it, but you can actually break opponents' guards with like a timed parry, basically. So it's basically like Sekiro.
I was just about to say, and you say you don't want to play Sekiro.
Yeah, Sekiro is real quiet after this game dropped.
Pretty sure that's. Never mind. Whatever.
I think it's the opposite.
You're the one on camera or on the front of the stage, bro. Say whatever you want.
This next level is kind of stressful, so.
We're reeling it back in. We're
Yeah.
getting serious.
What the? Okay. I swear I extended my hand. I feel like half the time those things don't pop up. Okay. So this level's pretty short, but the reason why it's stressful is because there's lots of points where you take a lot of damage. And you've seen me take a lot of damage already, so... Oh, what the... Okay. I like alternating the jump and the roll. It feels like it makes them miss more. Oh, okay. I don't always succeed in jumping over that. Oh. That blew me backward there. Okay. All right. Okay. Doing okay so far. There's a room in particular that I really hate. Master, I shut down the engines.
It's these kinds of stages that take me back to my Uncharted speedrunning days, where it's just be a bullet sponge and hope that you make it to the end.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. This next room really sucks. I'm not sure. He says that if you try to interact with something, nothing's around. Okay. Let's drop down here. Okay. That orange thing is a collectible, by the way. Again, this is any percent, so we don't care about those. Some of them are quite hard to find, actually.
Is there even a leaderboard for like 100% or anything like that?
I don't think anybody does 100% of this game.
All right, bro. Free world record.
Yes, the best way to be the best at something is to do something nobody else wants to do.
We love picking the low-hanging fruit.
Okie dokie, so you're about to see me do that special instant kill force attack that I used on that one red guy a while ago. And that'll end the level. Blue swirly means we're good to go. Leg sweep.
Should have seen the leg sweep coming.
Yeah. Well, he's a droid. Droids don't adapt well to new situations, you know?
I don't think you know.
This is the line that Qui-Gon says. So. Looked at my watch just to see. I think I'm doing okay, time-wise.
I don't know what your rough time would be around now, having only watched, this is what the third run of yours I think I've watched.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I won't talk about it anymore to avoid inviting anything in. But
there's no Kane from off stage trying to pull you off yet, so you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, you didn't see it, but there's like comically large Kane just off camera.
Oh.
keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Oh, okay, nice. That always you kind of always teleport to that ledge. Okay, so that force yeet ability, the most important skip involving that ability is coming up later on in this level. So just keep that in mind.
I love the look of the stage.
The stage?
Yeah, I just like this environment.
The stage that we're on?
Oh, yes.
The stage
but
we're
I'm
at MomoCon right now.
I did mean specifically in this case the stages that David is playing in Star Wars Obi-Wan for the Xbox.
Yeah, they put a lot of effort into this environment. It's a shame that they didn't like give you more to do in it, you know.
But yes, before the run started today, I just took some photos of the physical stage that we were on, and I'm like, we're spoiled as speedrunners sometimes.
So what's about to happen is there's about to be a bridge that's blown out, and they're supposed to go on this long, circuitous route around the bridge, but with the Force Yeet ability, we can actually jump right over the bridge. And we don't have to go along that other way. Okay, there we go.
Nice.
That's probably one of the only like actual true big skips in the game. That skips like probably 1.5 to 2 minutes doing that. Okay, jump up here. Okay. Some of those are really tricky to jump up for whatever reason. Okay. The frame rate drops a lot up here. I've fallen off before. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, we were talking about this beforehand, that it's worse to like fall off a ledge in certain spots than it is to die, because it's not easy to like die or restart a checkpoint. So if you end up in a spot you don't want to be in, then figuring out how to get back on track can take longer than dying and resetting sort of on the path.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, that's the end of that level. So we're basically trying to rescue the queen right now. We're trying to make it to the throne room. This level is basically another escort level. We're being helped by a palace servant named Asha. She's going to unlock some doors for us. Basically, this level is going to involve waiting on her to do things, clearing out areas so that, or securing areas so that she will come forward and unlock things for us. There's a few pretty big battles on this level. There's another skip is technically you don't have to, you're kind of expected to talk to her at the beginning here, because we technically just rescued her just now, but you actually don't have to. You don't have
Be
to.
rude.
Yeah, just you can ignore her and she's still your friend anyway. She will still help you. So. Asha dialogue skip.
Is everything okay? Obi-Wan, I fear the Queen is in grave danger. I'm unable to get
So these are some ion grenades.
Padawan.
They will stun groups of enemies. Oop, didn't die. The world record run doesn't pick up those grenades. I do, because I personally feel it helps me.
I can open the door for you.
Helps me with some of the group fights later on in this level. Again, sort of a whatever works type situation. As you can see, a lot of the biggest time things in this game is just fighting groups of enemies, and how long that takes, and how risky it can be.
Well, and especially for like marathon runs, if you want something that's cleaner or safer to just kind of make sure the run goes a little bit more smoothly. Something as small as grabbing those grenades is, you know, risk assessment wise, pretty low risk in terms of losing time.
Let me see your ID.
You can see being able to stun them is pretty helpful there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of enemies, so.
Follow me. I can open the door for you.
I saw something. There it is. I need to start saying that when I get out of bed in the morning.
I join sake.
I join sake.
The door is unlocked.
Okay. It's always funny to me that you can force push guys while you're climbing. Do the instant kill on this guy.
Follow me. I can open the door for you.
So now we have a segment where, again, we can't control the amount of time. Basically, she's going to unlock the door. It takes a fixed amount of time, no matter what. We're going to defend her by killing waves of enemies. Putting up that force field prevents one of the waves of enemies from reaching us, so we only have to worry about a single wave right here. Just like that, they're all gone. Okay.
For someone that says defend yourself during the run, he does an awful lot of defending other people.
He's very nice. I mean, it's the Jedi way, you know? Jedi are selfless. They only care about others, you know? Just to show you. Those are all the enemies we don't have to fight because I put the force field up, so.
Just a few more seconds. Let's go, Obi-Wan.
Okay. All right. Not the end of the level, I should say. We got a couple more big fights. Couple more big fights, and the grenades will come in handy again. Alrighty.
Lead the way.
Every time that level started, I just marvel at that water. Like, that's some good Xbox water.
Oh, wow. Let me just, oh my god, just whiff that, good grief. It's fine, we have to wait for these guys to lower this force field anyway. One time I did this, they actually didn't lower the force field for me. They just stood there looking at me. I was like, come on, man. Okay. Okay. Why is she not, That was
Just standing still.
strange, okay.
Follow me. I can open the door for you.
That's the second time that I swear I've heard like the little beep for pressing a pad and it's not worked. I don't know. Weird.
We've joked about the sound design here, but I do kind of like hearing all the little bits of the droids hitting the ground when they break. Like, there's definitely some really good sound design in this game, too.
Turn off the. Got
I
those
didn't
guys.
notice it until you said it.
It's nice. It's very pleasant little clacky sounds, actually.
It almost feels like Legos.
Follow me.
It does.
I can open the door.
I mean, that may have been what the, what do you call the artist? The Foley artist may have used.
Yeah, it does actually
could work.
Yeah, it does sound like Legos. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of type things. I think I played like Parasite Eve for the first time, and there's some like glass you run over in the police station, and it makes that nice crunching sound, and I'm like, that's so good. That's such good sound design.
Yeah. It's just cute little killing droid ASMR, you know? Okay, cool. Made it. Don't always make that.
I like keep forgetting this is an Xbox game.
Yeah, it's so great, so cool. Whoa, we
Okay. Well,
that was really good comedic timing for me, like praising this game, and then whatever that is after.
I can open the door for you.
That doesn't seem very normal.
This is like game of the year, man. Everything freezes.
so what happened, I think, is that's a tractor beam kind of that you're pulling him in. I think he basically got stuck on the stairs. So the whole game wasn't freezing. It was the ability that was freezing, and then Obi-Wan was stuck because he was still waiting on the ability to connect, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jedi, you've arrived too late. She was just taken by the Trade Federation droids. I'll leave you to her.
Pushing that guy out of the way. Because if he dies, you fail, so. Okay. Oh, well, okay, whatever. Oh, man. Sometimes I can kill two before, but... There we go, okay. Okay, that felt pretty good. As you can see, I really like those ion grenades. I feel like they're really helpful with those. But
Well, and given how close to the record you get, like it's really not, especially for marathon. Like maybe if you're going for world record, there's a lot of min-maxing you can do to save a second here, a second there. But for this kind of run, that's just, to me, it seems like a no-brainer to make your life a little bit easier.
yeah. So as you saw, the queen was not in her throne room. She's in another castle. No, that was really bad. So she's basically she's over on the other side of the city. We have to rescue her from a patrol. This is another situation where a scene from the movie is going to be reenacted. You might be noticing that a certain character that is present in the movie is not in the game. So I'm sorry to all you Jar Jar fans out there. He continues to not be in the game. I have no idea why they didn't put him in. But okay. So you're not supposed to be able to run across this bridge. There's a tank that's supposed to blow the crap out of you, but for some reason it just doesn't.
Did you hear something?
Got stuck on that. He says you're under arrest, and then he starts shooting at you. That feels...
Stop! You violated the law.
Okay. Something was happening off screen there. Some explosions or something.
There's a lot happening off screen around here.
Yeah, it's just a ton of people walking. Like whenever like I'm looking at like my laptop for like Twitch chat and everything, like out of the corner of my eye, it's just always moving.
Okay, so this is another situation where we need to kill certain enemies to trigger the end, but there's going to be enemies we don't need to kill that are going to follow us to the enemies we do need to kill. So, ergo, we might as well kill the enemies we don't need to kill, because we're going to have to end up killing them anyway, so... Oh, he almost got stuck too.
I love how slow that attack is. It looks like the easiest thing to stop.
Well, it's the Force, so...
I don't know nothing about that. I'm not a believer.
Yeah.
Well, if I was getting attacked by that, I would just not get hit by it. I'm like built different.
See, those guys are going to chase after us, which is...
Find yourself. Surround the Jedi.
Oh. Alert. Okay, so this is the guy we actually need to kill. Well, there's two, actually, but... Also say hello to Qui-Gon. Again. guys were clowning on me a little bit.
Phew, those droids were
All right.
a nuisance. Follow me.
Those droids were indeed a nuisance. This is, I think, the only level that has 2 mid-level load screens.
Follow me.
Follow me.
So he's about to give a spiel that we can't skip, unfortunately. But
He does love to talk in this game.
he does. He has a good voice. I actually like his voice in this game. I know there's a lot of people that were critical of the voice acting, but
This is pretty good voice acting for a game this old.
The Federation escort will have to pass this way. Put away your saber for now. Noise will attract too much attention. We're outnumbered, but these droids have a weakness. They don't adapt well to new situations.
see? Droids,
Oh,
Classic pincer tactic.
droids don't adapt well in new
right.
situations.
I have heard this at least 2 times before.
Yeah.
I'll mount a direct assault from the front. You protect the queen.
I'll take the L on that one.
Get ready.
Get ready. This crowd shouldn't be super serious. Metal Gear Solid.
Hurry,
Okay.
Back off.
All right. Nice. Good at those guys. Let me make sure the... Okay. Obviously, if these droids kill the queen, then you fail as well. See if I can peel off one of these guys here.
Hurry, Obi-Wan.
Okay. Good job, Obi-Wan. Okay.
What's
Okay.
the damage situation with the queen? Like, how dire is it if they get to the queen? Is it like 1 hit, or is it like...
I think it's 1 hit.
Yeah, that's pretty bad then.
Yeah. But usually Qui-Gon does a good job of agging everyone.
Yeah.
So, I've actually, I've not had her die since I was a kid, basically. Back when I was a kid, I didn't know how to.
I
play the
just
game,
run this.
so.
I just run this through my Blade 2 lens, and there's an escort mission with Whistler, and Whistler can take a lot of damage. So that's a very different kind of escort mission. But he is going to take a lot of hits no matter what.
So, even though we just rescued the queen, she got captured off screen again. Don't you hate it when that happens? You win in the gameplay and then you lose in the cutscene or whatever. But this is the second big level that I mentioned, that I foreshadowed earlier, where you just kind of run through. No special events. Don't have to fight anything. Don't have to trigger anything. Just run through or jump through as fast as possible. So this is another pretty chill part of the run. The calm before the storm, really. So there isn't too much to say here.
Wait, yeah, why are we saving the queen in the last one if, like, she's just gonna get kidnapped? Like, why not just, like, let them kidnap her? Like, would that not be faster?
I don't really know. I mean, we're on a different planet now. We were on Naboo, and now we're on Tatooine, so I don't know if that had something to do with it. But it's funny, because this second capturing doesn't happen in the movie at all, so I don't know why they decided to have it happen in the game. I guess they just...
Have more game.
Yeah, they just wanted to have a Tusken Raider level, I guess, and so they were like, what do we need to do to make that happen? But this is actually one of my favorite levels. There's a lot of side stuff that I'm not going to explore at all because it's a speedrun, but it's kind of cool. It also has fire grenades, which light enemies on fire in addition to exploding, and that's pretty snazzy. But yeah, it's
I think after watching this game for, like, a little bit, I'm, like, getting, like, a real vibe from it. I think it would, like, go, like, super crazy at, like, a Scholastic book fair. You know what I mean?
I haven't heard the phrase scholastic foot. Well, I can't say it, so you know what? I'm done. Keep talking, David. Hadn't heard it in a while. That's what I was trying to say.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Scholastic foot bear, I think, is what I'm going for there.
Yeah, I've not. I have not thought about that, to be honest. That's a new commentary.
Yeah, I only bring insightful things to the table here at Momentum.
I'll appreciate it. But yeah, just a couple more minutes, basically, of we're going to hit a load screen. So don't get excited. The screen will go black, but the level will not be done. Curb your enthusiasm. There is a pretty big fire motif in this level, which is trying to give you hints about something. And you'll see what it is soon enough. I was gonna do that. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later meme, but I did not want to do the Mickey Mouse voice. So
You don't rock with the mouse tools like that?
sorry.
You don't rock with the mouse tools like that?
All I heard was mouse tool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
You are a little on the quiet side.
Okay, okay. I will talk louder.
It's fine. I had to do the whole smile and nod there.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, I just really wanted to say mouse tool.
Oh, okay.
We're professionals. We know the smile and nod strat.
Well, I'm not professional. I love the sound of those guns.
I'm telling you, good sound design.
It helps that it's Star Wars, so they get to use a lot of the Star Wars stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
And this had some very good sound design. The movies, that is. That's what I meant by this.
Yeah, I'm a known not movie watcher, and we recently watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and then we've watched the first Star Wars movie, and I guess they liked my reception to the first Star Wars movie more than how I felt about the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Because you only said negative things about the Lord of the Rings movies.
That's misrepresenting my stance on it. I wouldn't have watched all 3 of the extended cuts.
Well,
The extended cuts?
Yeah.
Those are the only cuts to watch, man.
I've paid my dues.
But yes, the sound design is actually pretty good. The music is also good because they get to use John Williams music. So
For me, ultimately, what was so neat about the first Star Wars movie and just sort of like older sci-fi stuff in general is that
by first he means episode 4, by the way. Gotta clarify that.
Thank you for the clarification.
There's a lot of the design. I feel like there's a lot more interesting creative freedom with designing sort of pseudo spacey techie stuff, whereas I'm just not nearly as interested in a lot of sort of the high fantasy Lord of the Rings style stuff.
That's fair.
I'm a little bit more into the sci-fi. I'm a big Mass Effect fan, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. This building always scared me as a kid. Looks like it's got 2 eyes and a gaping, screaming mouth, you know?
Oh, I see, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that is the end of the level. So this guy, in case you're curious, he actually has the largest health pool in the game. He has 30 hit points, so you have to hit him, do a normal lightsaber swing 30 times to kill him. But as you will see, we're not going to necessarily do that. Yeah, one time I played the game and I literally counted the amount of lightsaber attacks it took to kill every enemy. So he's got the most health.
He was out here routing the speedrun before he knew anything about routing or speedrunning.
Well, that's literally the first opportunity I had to share that, critical knowledge, so you bet your keister I was going to do it. Okay, that missed. Yeah, so the fire motif is coming back here. That I not so subtly foreshadowed. But we're still going to use our... Oh, what's he doing? What's bro doing? The homing effect of that is such a cool, such a handy thing.
Defend yourself.
Okay, there we go. Got him. That felt a little slow, but it's all right. This section here is kind of the calm before the storm, because the next couple of levels after this fight that I'm about to do they're difficult.
It's your typical end of the game / speedrun stuff.
Yeah.
It's a little stressful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they could not get Samuel L. Jackson to do Mace Windu here. Wow, he's being... Come on. As I mentioned, or maybe I didn't mention, I don't want to push too hard because that seems to make them more likely to force push. He's just running away from me. Man.
Defend yourself.
Okay. Okay.
That's always the end, is the defend yourself.
Yeah.
The fade to black always happens 1 second after he screams that.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So this is one of the longer levels. It is very difficult. It has the most difficult trick in the speed run, which, as I mentioned, I will not be able to do. I practiced the crap out of it. I could not get it. It's a variation on the back jump boost. I will point out where it's used because it's very cool and worth mentioning, but I will not do it. Basically, the format of this level is we fight our way to these pilots, we rescue them, and then we systematically backtrack through the level and clear out the areas that had been repopulated with enemies. And as we clear it out, the pilots will kind of come in behind us, as we secure each area. So the skip affects the latter part of the level because it massively shortens that section. But this first part is still the same. You still have to fight your way to the pilots at least. We're about to hit a load screen here, which is critical to the trick that I mentioned. Basically, when you reach this load screen coming back the other way with the pilots automatically get pulled through with you. So if you can run past everything, if you can find a way to run past everything and trigger that load screen, then you don't have to fight anything, you don't have to clear out areas. The pilots will just stay where you find them, and then they will teleport through the load screen with you. So that's the reason why you do the trick, the very difficult trick. It ultimately saves like 2 minutes. Okay, I gotta lock in here. Okay. Wow, okay. I've been like a third health at this point before. Deceptively hard to run past all those enemies.
Defend yourself.
Okay. Okay.
Back off. I'm warning you.
Oh. There we go.
I do want to bring something up while we have a little bit of time. That next run, any of us know anything about it? Maybe on like Couch or something?
I've played it once or twice, and I may also be the runner.
Who knows?
So yes, it's a HoloCure Save the Fans. It's a HoloLive fan game. It is, I think it is inspired by a number of different games, but the first one that comes to mind for me would be Vampire Survivors. It's actually a free game, and it has actually a lot of additional content. It has like a Animal Crossing style side game, and it has like a casino, and it has a Jump King style side game that you can play as well. It's amazing for the amount of per dollar content, which is to say there is no dollar amount on it. But I'll be doing the Vampire Survivor style part of the game, sort of the main part of the game. A level 100 speed run. I actually don't even know which character I'm playing. I may just roll with whatever.
Yeah. What characters are you able to vote for if you go to donate right now?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
What characters are in the character bid war that you have?
So currently I have 4 that I had just like kind of open ready to go into full detail on like the mechanics and all of that. One character is like the world record character, basically because of sort of the mechanics surrounding her, where she can get experience very quickly to get to level 100 pretty quickly. And then the others are just like some of my favorite HoloLive members. So that's more just like my take on that is sort of the take I think folks should have about fighting game characters and which one to pick, which is just vibes based. So it's less about like necessarily the quickest time and more about like, who's your favorite? Just run that. But outside of that one world record character, it's probably going to be like 17, 18 minutes in game time. But yeah, it's basically just like a really intense speed run of sort of a Vampire Survivors, what they call like a bullet heaven, I think is what they call the genre. And it'll be pretty chill. It'll look chaotic, but it's chill as opposed to the run I'll do after that, which looks chill and will be very stressful for me. So
Yeah, literally the opposite situation.
it's always the chill games that are that stress you out. I've used to do a run of Grow Home and Grow Up, which it's a super cute Ubisoft game, but it's a very, very stressful game to speed run. So I'm somehow find myself running those games. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically, you know, when I saw that there was a submission period, didn't really have anything ready. I always can dig Stories of the Path of Destinies out of the grave and wheel it out because I can just run that whenever. But I've been big into Hololive for the past year, so I was like, I'm gonna make my obsession everybody's problem. So
I mean, I feel like this is the place to do it, right? This is the Anime Games
I
Convention.
believe you're right. I spent
Yeah.
$312 on largely Hololive merch at Artist Alley yesterday. So,
There's 3 days left of the convention.
well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, anyways, yeah, you heard it here first. If you are interested at all in Hololive, you want to play a different character for the run, consider going to speedrun.gifs. All the money going to a great cause if you support St. Jude's. You know what I mean? Absolutely go and donate.
Yeah, I could probably successfully on level 1, assuming I'm doing like stage 1, which is like the easiest stage, do pretty much any character right now, but I have like a certain set that are sort of like prepped to sort of
I was
min-max
just
the run.
going to say that roof up there, you can get up there with a back jump boost if you go in this corner. And that's how you just run past here, run past all the enemies, do the back jump boost, land up on that roof, and then you can jump over that force field and trigger the load screen from the opposite side. And that's what makes all the pilots teleport through the load screen with you, even if you don't clear out all the droids, as I mentioned earlier. But it's very hard to do because it's a back jump boost triple jump. You saw how difficult the timing is for just doing a double jump. And also, there's damage that you have to take when you do the trick successfully, and failing the trick also deals damage. So you can basically only fail the trick like twice before you can't do it at all anymore.
Yeah, that to me seems like the classic. Definitely do it for world record attempts, but pretty spicy to try to do that for an RTA marathon event.
Yeah. Where's the guy? There he is. Sorry, I just wanted to say that because it is a very cool trick. It's one of the few run that completely surprised me when I saw it the first time, and so I'm sorry I'm not able to do it, but it is cool.
You're welcome to cut me off to talk about the run you're currently performing on stage.
I mean, yeah, we were literally just talking about the VTuber video game, so
Yeah.
this seems a bit more important.
They're coming up, so it's good to bring them up.
Everyone's going to get enough of me between today and my stories run of like an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay.
I just got to make sure I don't drink all the water and coffee and energy drink going into that hour and a half.
Okay, well, that's the end of the level, so.
You handled that pretty well, I believe.
Yeah, that went very well. But you can see killing everything takes a long time, and this radio chatter back and forth eats up a lot of time. So being able to skip all of that is on this second half of the level is huge. That one trick is really the main reason why this isn't and cannot be a world record attempt. This next level is much shorter, but is still very stressful because there's a lot of damage that gets dealt here. So, basically, we're just trying to get past a bunch of droids to destroy a cannon, so that way all the pilots we rescued will be able to take off and destroy the ship, as seen in the movie, The Phantom Menace.
Don't spoil it for me.
Yeah, I was gonna... Okay, but this is definitely this is a big lock-in level for me, so...
Did you hear something?
Quite the violent scream there. Frame rate always happens there because of the water, I think.
Hit him with the crouch halfway through.
Okay. Load screen here. Okay. That went very smoothly.
Yeah.
I've died there before. Next section is also tricky. Wrong button.
All of the lows are just like a little bit longer than I like expect, but not by much.
It's nothing compared to those Morrowind loading times on the Xbox, but they're definitely long.
I've only played 2 Xbox games like ever, so I'm not used to it.
Yeah, I feel like that was a period where you either had like one or the other console. I definitely had the Xbox.
Oh, gosh. Okay, let me through. Okay, we're almost okay. We're almost okay.
Okay, got a little bit.
There's a full health here. If I can hit it, I'll be good. Okay.
Nice.
I'm
You got just unloaded on as soon as you grabbed it.
getting that. Oh my god, give me a break here. Jeez.
Come
Okay.
on.
Okay, we're fine now. Jeez. Good grief.
That's just entertainment value right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's all.
Okay, we're good. Destroy the blue fuel cells on the side of this, and we're good to go. Whoop. Okay. All right. Okay. Most difficult part is over. This is actually the second to last level, so we're doing okay.
Oh yeah, you're doing fine.
I feel like we're doing really good.
I
Actually,
have knowledge of the timer.
like we're doing really spicy. Definitely happy with this. So this level is a level where you can't change the amount of time it takes. Basically, there's 6 doorways with ads. We have to destroy these fuse boxes to deactivate the waves of enemies. The level ends once we close all 6 doors. But we're waiting on this guy at the console up there to lower these force fields so we can destroy the generators, and that is on a fixed timer. And no one knows how to, if you can, expedite that. Okay, that's a dangerous place to be. Okay. All you can really do is just make sure that you're ready for when it gets deactivated.
Another shield is dropped. Cut the power to that door.
Bam, bam, bam. I'm at the wrong one. I do that every time. Oh my goodness. That's right. Okay, it's this one. It's always the same order. You'd think I would know that at this point.
I mean, like, this is right at the end of a like hour-and-a-half run, so I get it.
Yeah. Okay, now it's this one. It's because this door is the mirror of the other one, so I always feel like this one should be next. There we go.
You can
Okay.
always blame it on being out of your element. Like, there's something about running at like an event like this where you're not in the comfort of your home, and it just things that come naturally just sort of feel a little bit wonky.
I'll make no excuses. Boom. Okay.
We're gonna call that frame perfect.
Okay. So now we just need to fight Darth Maul. This level, when you do 8 points of damage to him, his lightsaber splits in half, just like the movie.
Just like the movie.
And then his health regenerates. He becomes invulnerable for a few seconds. If you do an exact number amount of damage to him, you skip the health regeneration. It's like a health bar skip, and you just immediately kill him, basically. Oh, that was great
That was
RNG.
really quick, yeah.
That can take like 15 seconds.
I love how he gets killed and you're like, that's great, actually.
I have
been
no idea
useless.
what happened, but I'm excited.
He killed Qui-Gon, and sometimes it can take him like 15 seconds for it to do that. It's random, basically. You cannot damage him, unfortunately, yet. Now you can. Nope, I'm just kidding. Psych, you can't damage him there either.
Gosh, this guy, what a joker we got over here.
Ah, okay, whatever.
You deserve that for
My
tricking
gosh.
us.
Okay. This will kill him. Okay, time.
That's it.
GG's.
Looks like it was about 117-14.
Yep.
Okay, I'm very happy with that.
You said your run last night was like a 116 something.
116.56.
That was your best time.
Yeah.
So you were like 20-ish seconds off your
Yeah.
PB.
Off my personal best, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
like
happy
that,
with
that's like a sub 1 minute like over a PB like in an event like this. That's huge.
Yeah.
Post this
very
bad
happy.
boy on speedrun.com.
Yeah, I think this will be the second fastest run submitted. Because the next fastest after hour 14 is hour 19, so.
Yeah, so David's not like a streamer or anything, so a lot of his runs are just kind of like not recorded or anything like that, so it's less ideal to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that 116 is not something he's like practicing on stream or anything.
Yeah.
If you wanted to post this on speedrun.com, I would say it's definitely
Yeah, okay.
Worthwhile.
I'm very happy with that. Okay, that went very, very well.
yeah, excellent.
That's yeah, that was the game. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry, my brain just got completely emptied.
No, you're so fine. I mean,
Well-
like that was great.
Okay. Well, thank you. And thank you to everybody who's running all this stuff, doing the audio and the video and everything. I know there was some last minute technological issues, as there always are, and so thank you guys so much for handling all that stuff. From my perspective, it felt like this went extremely smoothly, which I guess is good. I know it was not smooth for you guys. I feel like that's your guys' objective. So thank you for that.
It's their job and they're good at it.
Yeah, that you guys are really good at. I really appreciate it. This is my first time doing anything like this, so you have definitely spoiled me for my first experience with this. So thank you so much. That's it for me. I didn't really practice what to say. I only practiced the run. I didn't practice the post talk. but that's it from me.
You get to move to the couch now.
Okay. Well, I will. Yeah, that's right. Tuan is right up after me. So
Yeah.
okay. Well, I will.
Yeah, we'll be switching stuff around. We'll be back in just a few minutes with more momentum.